Alright, today we're going to be talking about Season 4 of My Hero Academia. It's a series that doesn't really need much of an introduction. Everyone's heard of it. In particular, Season 4 deals with the overhaul arc mostly, and second half deals with school festival arc. Now, what do you think, Gunnar?
Well, here we are, season 4.
Already Season 4, huh?
It's all. That seems like something really weird to say.
Yeah, I know. It
I
started
think
in 2016, and they've been doing them every year.
when did you start?
I started when it started.
Okay, so then I was late to
Yeah,
that, but I
a little
started a
late.
little bit after you.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway,
Um. Well, before we talk about this, you did mention what it focuses on, which is the overhaul arc, as well as the school festival.
yeah.
But can you recap everything that has happened so far from the other 3 seasons?
You
Like,
want me to?
what would you say season 1, 2, and 3
Season
are?
season one, going on my foggy memory, was basically like the intro arc, and then the villains attacked during training, and the villains got scared away. That's pretty much season one.
As well as the hero, not hero festival, but the training.
Yeah,
That was pretty fun. The tournament arc didn't come. I think that was season 2.
that was season two. Yeah,
And then season 2, yeah, training, which
season two
the
also.
villains attack again when they go on the road trip, or is that season 3?
That was season three.
Okay.
Season two also had Stain.
Yes, that's when he shows up.
I think.
And then season 3.
I really hope I'm not wrong on that, but I think
No,
I'm
he
right.
he shows up in 2, and then 3 is when All for One shows up.
Yep.
Okay. Season 4. I liked it.
I think I think overall, I think it might have been the best one.
Now that's
It's a,
it's hard to. I don't want to throw that out right away, but in terms of quality, the show has only gotten better, which is something like I'm surprised to say because I didn't think it could look any better.
we both talked about how the series is kind of repetitive. Like, they do like training, then the villains attack, then they train, then the villains attack. But like as far as like the central story goes, and the individual arcs, I think it is getting better.
There were so many in this one. You got like obviously the focus wasn't on all Deku's friends, for example,
Yeah.
but it was really nice to see a bunch of them get their own episodes. In particular, you had Red Riot, who
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying
for
Red
sure.
Riot because I don't remember his name, but you could see his face. Him and Fat Gum, as well as the one dude that could eat food and like his limbs change.
Yeah, he was. They were all pretty cool. The three upperclassmen.
Those were cool. Yeah, the upperclassmen in particular were cool. They didn't really get much showtime, but
They got enough.
Overhaul's minions. They were actually pretty cool as well.
We haven't even talked about Endeavor yet.
And then you got his arc
At the very end. Yeah.
at the very end to tap it all off, which honestly I didn't think they'd go that big in the end.
They went big.
They went big this entire season.
I do kind of wonder though, like they might have to kind of like give a break for a year or something, so it doesn't catch up too
Well,
fast to the manga.
for the rest of
That
this
might be
year, for
coming.
sure. I don't think we'll see it again this year.
No, but I think season 5 is next year. Anyway, this is about season 4.
What would you say your favorite part of this entire season has been? Out of the 24 episodes, you don't have to pick a particular episode, but like,
I think it was most enjoyable to watch. Like with the like whenever Gentle Criminal was on the screen. Actually, I really liked him.
I didn't expect it to be that good.
No, I didn't either. I thought he would just kind of be like a joke, which he kind of was, but like at the same time, they made him like relatable, and that
Is it
he
weird
actually
that
was
he's?
strong.
Oh, he was. He forced Deku to like bust out some new moves.
Yeah, he's the strongest guy he's ever fought, and oh, I mean overhaul, yeah,
Well,
but
I
but
was gonna say like I don't think overall is a pushover.
but like Deku had to rely on Ares'
That's
healing
true. He
power
he
because
had
otherwise,
the yeah.
but like as a 1-for-1 or whatever, So I mean, the overhaul fight was really good too.
Oh, especially the well the whole entire thing. Lemillion fighting him in the beginning was
They
pretty cool,
they
and you
actually
had
uh, they actually lost something. They lost two things. They lost Lemillion's power, and
they
they
lost his power, and then they lost
Night Eye.
yeah.
That's the first time they've like actually lost, unless you include All Might retiring. But that's kind of
I
it's
don't consider that a
yeah,
loss because
because it shows how threatening the villains are now. Finally,
unlike a particular villain that still hasn't managed to do anything.
yeah, we're kind of biased against Tomura.
The
We
hand
don't
guy.
we don't we're not really impressed with him as a character, given the
And
90
why
episodes.
is that, Corey?
I just literally feel like every villain has outdone him in like pretty much every aspect. Like every major villain, I mean.
Gentle Criminal had about 4 episodes dedicated to him, if not 3.
Yeah.
And I managed to. Now, this is biased because he was so different, but like he managed to leave a longer lasting impact
Oh
on the
yeah.
show than the hand guy has in 90 episodes.
Like I could not only could I get behind Gentle Criminal, but he was fun to watch. He was entertaining, and I totally like understood him.
Now, we, the thing here is we don't necessarily have to get behind a villain either to like them
That's true.
because, for example, One for All. I mean, not One for All for One.
Hmm.
He was at the time the biggest, baddest dude in the park, and like, there's not necessarily a reason to like him, but as a viewer, you're kind of like, oh man,
Yeah,
this
like
guy
I could
is the
take him.
strongest guy in the show.
I could take him like a lot more seriously. Like when him and All Might were going down in episode or when in season 3.
That there's a sense of fear and respect.
Yeah, like your eyes are glued to the screen. But
My eyes have never been glued on the screen when the hand guy has been there. And that's why I continue to call him the hand guy, and we'll continue to call him that until he does something.
he he crippled uh, Overhaul, if that counts. But that was a pretty low
Yes,
blow. That was a low
he
blow
beat.
though.
He managed to cripple Overhaul after he'd been beaten by Deku.
And arrested.
At that point, he'd given up too. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
looked so exhausted.
I don't think we're ever seeing Overhaul
He
again.
he went
Sadly.
he went he went beyond Super Saiyan and turned into a monster. He grew 4 arms.
I don't want to turn this into the hate on Tomura episode, but I don't see
He
Tomura
hasn't
in a
done
bat.
anything cool.
Has he ever successfully used his quirk against someone?
No, he. That's the thing, though, Corey. They're gonna. We've said it 100 times. It's gonna be something really cheap where he kills somebody, and that's gonna make you hate him. He's gonna put his hand on insert character that you like, and that's it.
Like he's just gonna randomly just kill someone and disintegrate them, and they're gonna turn
Yes,
into to dust, like what Thanos did.
it's gonna be really sad too when there's nothing we're gonna be able to do about
I
it.
don't even think he'd be able to do that. I don't think the
He's.
author has the balls to.
You think this guy's gonna be a chump for the entirety of this series?
I mean, at this rate, possibly. But to get back on topic,
We transitioned from that to the school festival, which I think was a nice, relaxing way of
oh yeah,
getting out of the world, this world threat of the mafia.
after all the child abuse and all these monsters and twisted transformations and death,
The steroids.
yeah, we finally have something lighthearted and fun for once, which was well deserved. And
I
again,
think it was pretty fun too.
and that goes back to Gentle Criminal, why he's so cool, because the context was, it wasn't like not the city is under control, like the city's not in danger, the world's not in danger, it's the school festival that they worked so hard for. Like the level of threat was just perfect.
It he just wanted to sneak in.
And
That's
Deku was
that's
like, no, you're not going to sneak in because then they're going to shut it down.
and he wanted to make sure Aries smiled. On
Yeah,
paper, that sounds kind of silly, but like
it all ties together really nicely.
it did. And in the end, they both ended up respecting each other.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't think it tied off perfectly because I don't like General Criminal got arrested
Yeah.
and Deku even tried to help him. I think he said something like
Well, I think he was like,
he said he didn't beat him up.
he was like
Because
trying to lessen his charges, I think.
yeah, and now he's thrown in jail, and there's a good chance we'll never see him again.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder.
And
Go on.
it's just like I know what you're about to say. I wonder if we'll ever see them all again.
I was gonna say, I wonder if we ever see Stain again.
All three of these dudes are gonna bust out. No, they're not gonna bust.
Dude, I'd be so down for that. Like,
A Prison Break episode. You got Stain, Overhaul,
that would actually be so
Gentle
cool.
Criminal, and the Slime Guy. Remember the Slime Guy from like the very first episode
Oh yeah,
that kidnapped Bakugo?
yeah, I remember that.
No, not him. Yeah, so I don't know. You could, yeah. They don't need to break out, but I think like in some cliche way they could help the heroes defeat a greater threat or something like that. So,
I would just like to see him again in general, like any context.
I'd like to see all three of them more than the hand guy,
Well, you're gonna see him next season.
and and we're gonna see him in season 6 too.
Maybe he'll finally do something cool. Who knows?
He's not going to do something cool.
Who is your favorite new character from season 4? I'm gonna include the 3 upper classmen as new characters. I know they were in season 3, but only for like very briefly.
The bunny girl. No.
Okay, that's a valid choice.
You search her up. There's a billion
Yeah.
things of fan art about her right now. No, second place.
So there's Owl, there's Night Eye.
Second place, I'll pick the Owl guy.
Yeah, I think his name is Hawks, not Owl. I only said that because you said that earlier.
That's what I meant. The Hawks.
Yeah.
He was a pretty cool introduction. I didn't like him at first because he was just like a typical cocky guy.
Yeah, he's like really arrogant.
But then you learned that like he gets really serious when like
His
You
power
know,
is pretty cool.
everything's on the line. He has a really cool ability that isn't just feathers, but like he
It can like
controls his feathers. He
it can
can
like
give
do
his
anything.
feathers to people. So that
The
was pretty
one the
exciting.
one drawback though is like he can't use it as like a nuke. Like it's not super strong offensively. It's more like
And that's
utility.
why it's so cool because not many heroes or quirks in general you see the trade-offs.
Yeah.
For him, he uses too much and he can't fly
Oh
anymore,
yeah,
which is
that's
cool.
cool.
You see it happen too. But I think my number one this season is Gentle Criminal, and that's just because of how much he accomplished. Overhaul's a good pick too. Like you can't overlook him,
Yeah.
but that's for me. What would you pick as your number one?
I've always liked Night Eye since he first showed up.
He's another good one. This whole series was full of them. Actually, the season 4 was full of them. Lemillion was really cool.
I feel like these new characters they mattered more than like previous new characters like overall.
Like more than the Pussycat Squad.
Dude, I was actually like kind of thinking of them.
They were
They did show up as a cameo in this season.
Yes, they were fine. I mean,
And
they
they were
didn't do
okay.
much, but they were fine. I like the big muscular guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they. Dude, you know something else I forgot that was in this season was when Bakugo, Todoroki, the one girl that can make illusions, and then the wind dude. They had that
Oh
their
yeah.
test. I
That was
completely forgot that was in this season.
that was probably the low point of the season. Not that it was like bad, but it just like didn't compare to
Well,
the
they're
other stuff.
yeah we got done watching them fight Overhaul.
It was necessary though, like technically for like the plot because they
We
needed
needed
their
to see it
licenses.
happen, yeah. But there was not too much exciting about watching them fight a bunch of kids.
That kind of
But it was
reminds
cool.
me.
It was cool to see them react to it. Like they didn't just destroy them. You know.
Um, yeah, that's a good point.
It kind of reminds you.
I was gonna say, like, I think in Naruto never became a Chunin. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, he just immediately got elevated to Hokage. So, like, he skipped, like, 3 ranks.
I think that's deserved though, considering who he defeated.
Yeah, like everyone.
It did. It didn't help that like he just kept beating people up, and so there was no reason for him to.
Or Jonin, whatever. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've, like, been into Naruto. But anyway,
We went from the
like,
overhaul fight to a low point to the school festival, and then the season was finally topped off with
an explosion.
The Endeavor versus
Endeavor?
the Endeavor, whatever you want to call him, Flame Man, Flame Dad. He fought the intelligent Nomu, or whatever you want to call it. That's
Dude,
what I'm going to call
he
it.
used, like, there was, like, 3 separate moments where he, like, unleashed like a massive hyper beam,
Dude,
and I
he
like
like
it got bigger each time. I'm like, this guy's
every
gonna. I thought he might have died actually.
every time, every one of those moments, he said, "I've got to do this." Like, and then he'd say it like, "I have no choice." And then the third one, he's like, "I gotta go all out." And
Normally, I would
it
criticize for like having no drawbacks or like the fact that it's you could argue it's like an ass pull, but like the animation and like the atmosphere was like so good
the animation was beautiful.
that I let it slide
They
because that
did
was such a
mention
cool
at one
moment.
point that the more he used his fire, like he would begin to overheat, and you could start to see him sweat, which is something you've never seen him do.
That's true, but like as far as like actual physical tangible drawbacks. Like we didn't really
I
see
know,
anything,
like
unless like next season they show him like in the hospital or something.
it helps that the only other comparable person in like terms of power is All Might,
Yeah,
and he was already wounded when we watch him use his powers to begin with. So like, I give it a slide here because Endeavor is just 100% power, and we got to see that on display, and it made me really like his character more than I already did. Just how they tied it in, like they showed these scenes of his family watching him in the car, and they're like, "This guy will never learn when to give up."
dude,
And then
I thought that's when he was gonna die. Like when his
that's when I
family.
thought he was gonna die when they were watching him on the camera, and like he pulled through, and it was really really cool. Now we both said they could have killed him here,
It would have been
and that
okay. I mean, it would have been good, but it would have been better if the villain was not nameless.
yes, because that's getting to our big point here. We don't have any main villains again.
I mean, the Nomus are still tied to the League of Villains,
The
technically.
Nomus have done not necessarily everything, but they've done a lot. They were the main reason the school got attacked. They were the main reason the city got attacked and Bakugo got kidnapped.
Well, think about the League of Villains. You have, besides Tomura, you have the Blood Girl, you have
You've
Twice,
got the magician,
you have the Lizard. I mean,
the lizard.
they're not exactly offensive threats.
No, they're kind of just theirs personalities.
They're like all really gimmicky quirks that, you know, they're not
Overhaul's
gonna.
group was more memorable than. Well, I wouldn't say that, but they posed more of a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget about the ghost dude too, the warp guy. But he's in
Isn't he
prison
in.
somewhere.
Yeah. I want to see more of the massive giant.
The massive dude is still out there walking around the forest.
They lost him. They don't know where the 50-foot giant went.
He's gone again. Let's You wanted to rank these seasons,
Yeah.
and now that we have 4 so far, I think we can do it. So I'll take the hit here and go first, and then you can follow me up.
Sure.
Oh boy, maybe that was a bad
I'll
idea.
start first if you want me to.
Go ahead.
So I already mentioned, maybe getting a bit ahead of myself, that, like I said right away, like season 4, this one is the best, like overall, in terms of quality and my interest level. And I still stand by that for reasons we just discussed. So,
Jam packed.
yeah, for number 2, I would put season 2 because
Okay.
I really loved the tournament arc. I thought that was fantastic. I always like
Oh,
those sorts of
it
arcs.
was really fun to see all the personalities go at it.
And this the Stain part was pretty cool too. He's not my favorite villain, but the
I'm
way
glad you've kind of like cooled down with that because I know originally you didn't like him.
I just think he has a weird motive. That's all.
It's better than the hand guy's motives.
I don't know what his motive is.
Exactly.
Just to destroy peace. I don't or something.
He does to destroy All Might.
And then for number 3, I'd put number 3. There's only really 2 highlights from season 3 in my opinion, which is All Might versus One for All, and then
That's a good one. That's a good reason because like you got that, and then you also have the Hero Academy.
the Hero Camp was like didn't like he was okay, but the other highlight for me was Bakugo versus Midoriya.
Oh, yes, yes.
That was a great episode.
That
It was
was
one of the best
that
of the
was
series.
really good.
And the other stuff was
And they
okay, like the rescue arc. That was that was all right, but it was kind of
oh yeah,
predictable.
with the frog girl and Uraka
The
and
frog
the
girl
orca,
didn't go. She stayed
the
behind.
orca dude.
I was
No,
talking.
I thought she went with him.
No, to rescue Bakugo. No, she didn't want to go.
Oh, I thought they had their own
You're
episode.
thinking of like the intern episodes or
Yeah,
something,
they worked with the orca dude.
which was okay, but that in my opinion is kind of like filler. And then I put season one last, not because it's bad, just because there's less content, which might not be the best way to grade it. But I
In
mean,
terms
it set a
of what
good bar.
everything has, yes,
So those are my general peanut sized thoughts.
those are plus ultra sized.
What do you think?
I'm gonna follow that up and put number 4 as my favorite season
Okay.
number 4, and it's pretty much for the same reasons you said. It's just non-stop jam packed with lots of good stuff. Uh, and I think it's weird. I think I'm gonna copy the same thing you did. And season 2 would be my number 2. Season 3 would be my number 3, and season 1 would be my number 4.
For the record,
It's
I
just
think
because of like in terms of memorability, and it all pieces out really well.
for the record, I think when I rated these, I think they're all pretty close together. Like there's no huge gaps in between them.
Except season 4 maybe.
Like in terms like it's like you think it's that much better.
I think it has the edge over everything.
I think it
But
does too. But
that's because everything built up to this. So
yeah, um, did we miss any major plot points from this season?
I think that's pretty much everything. It's basically 3 different parts. You got overhaul the school, and then General Criminal is in the school part, as well as you got Endeavar's battle at the very end.
Why don't we finish this off by?
Overhaul's fight was really long too. You
Oh
had all the
yeah,
mini fights involved.
dude. Remember when Midoriya he unleashed some like special punch move, and then there was like 20 fists in the sky?
That was really cool.
Was that like a literal thing, or is that like stylization?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I believe it's both.
Anyway, I was gonna say probably wrap this one up pretty soon, but I wanted to ask, what do you want out of season five, or do you have any predictions?
Season 5 needs to establish another villain, just as it always has. I think they need to get away from the minion aspect and have the characters they already have do stuff, like the hand guy, his guys, and establish somebody new in there. But then the other
They
thing
had
it should do,
overhaul. Is that what you mean? Like you want like a new figure, like
it
overhaul?
needs to have a new figure, and it needs to tie in with the hand guy to give him something, to give him a reason to be in there. But the season 5 also needs to have more of these side arcs where you get to see the other characters' floors.
Yeah, like I want to see like the animal guy. I want to see the sugar guy. Give them the spotlight.
Show some of them,
The
because
invisible girl. I want to see her. Oh wait, I can't.
I don't want to see her. Well, I do want to see her in the show.
I think it'd
Just
be kind of interesting if they made her like get strong enough to control her quirk. That one day they just like show her and like there's a brand new character on the screen and you're like, who the heck is this? And then like not even like the classmates know who they are, and they're just like, oh, don't you recognize me? And then like, I don't know. That'd be kind of funny, but they probably won't do it.
don't. Overall, though, I don't want them to take the foot off the gas pedal,
Yeah.
because they could easily pull something here where they do like a chill season where there's not too much that
Now
happens.
keep in mind,
Kind of like season 3.
Tomura still has those bullets that erase quirks. I think he has like four of them or something.
He has 4, yes. I think 4 or 3, probably 4.
So I'm gonna assume that plays a role.
How many do you think he'll use? Or how many do you think will get used in this next season?
I'd hope they all get used. I don't want that to be a thing that's just kind of like hanging forever,
Every season he'll use one.
and he'll miss each time.
I think he'll use all of them.
Dude, do they still have those steroids, or was that exclusive to Overhaul's men?
I think that was overhaul stuff, yeah.
Okay, that's good because I
It's
don't have
gone forever
I don't
now.
have a problem with that, but I think it was cool to keep that unique to them.
Yeah, they had like the formula and now it's gone for
Will Lemillion get his quirk back?
Yes. I think he'll get it back.
I do too, but I'm not sure how they'll do it. Besides, maybe Barry can come up with some BS and they can like, figure it out somehow.
Harry will play a part in it. Do you think we'll see Best Genist?
We'll see him like in a TV advertisement for 1 second.
And finally, do you think Bakugo will get angry?
I think he'll become very angry at some point. Every episode he's in, actually.
There you go. Those are our predictions.
That's a spoiler, by the way.
Those are our predictions, spoilers, and recaps of season 4. Goodbye.